Hi. It's your boy J. Michael with another VIDEO. Today, we gonna talk about Love by Erica. Somebody said, man, won't you do a reaction on Love by Erica? I want to hear your opinion and what you think about this situation. So he sent me a video that said, I'm tired of having my heart broke. So let's see what Love by Erica gotta say. Y'all know what I'm saying. Y'all know what I'm saying. But first, hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell. And hit that like button. Or hit the dislike. You know, some of y'all don't value my opinion or like what I say. But I'm the real now. Y'all know what I'm saying. Y'all know how I'm gonna do it? Yeah. So let's go on and get into this video. I'm loving this intro. She came with the better flow. Looking real elegant. Looking real rich. Love by Erica. She came with the banker intro. So let's see how it goes. Yeah. Love by Erica. Love by Erica. Yeah. Love by Erica. Love by Erica. Yeah.
What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Before I start this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you have your bell turned on so that you'll be notified every time I drop another video. Also, guys, make sure you click the link in the description down below and follow me on all my social media accounts. Head on over to my Instagram at thecryerfamily. Make sure you hit that follow button and help me reach 20K by December. Okay? So, guys, I'm kind of like in an awkward position right now, but I wanted to, let me fix my shirt now. Pull my thing up now. I don't know why I'm sitting right here. Don't ask me. Y'all know I just do whatever I do. Okay, period. So this video is going to be about things that I wish I knew in my early 20s. As you guys know, I'm 28 years old and I have one more year, a year and a half left to enjoy my 20s before I hit my 30s. Your girl gonna be that big dirty 30. Yeah, and I really feel like
I wish I still was that
in my 20s. Like 20s is supposed to be a time for you to learn yourself, explore, be adventurous, travel, like
have fun,
do whatever you need to do to prepare for your 30s. And because of that, I feel like I wasted so much time. You need to do this a certain way to get a certain result. Actually, I had people that sat there watching me continuously bump my head against the wall, and then they didn't say anything until after the fact that I did it. It don't mean nothing then, right? So the damage is already done. So you sitting back waiting.
Okay, Erica. Love by Erica. Excuse me. Life, I don't care if you're in the teens, the 20s, the 30s, the 50s, the 60s. Life is still school, no matter what age you are or what age you is. You still got room to learn. We all gonna bump our heads, no matter what age we are. We still gonna get hit in the head, backstab, hurt, however. Because life is school. You still learning as you go.
I didn't bump my head, like that's not gonna help any. So I decided to make this video because there's some teenagers out here. There's some people in their early 20s and mid 20s, and even if you could be 26, 27, whatever. I don't want any of you guys to end up wasting your 20s like I did. So I'm about to name a couple things that I wish I knew in my early 20s to help some of you guys out. Also, guys, y'all know that my emails stay open 24/7. lovedbyerica@gmail.com. Email me some stories. If you want advice, I can read it.
The industry's leading collection of essential DVD creator tools. It's an all-in-one toolkit at your fingertips.
Channel, whatever the case is. You can also DM me on Instagram at TheRealEricaWhite, or you can go and follow me on Snapchat, QueenE00. Yeah, just leave me a comment in the comment section down below, and I'll be sure to read it in my next video. One of the number one things that I wish that I knew in my early 20s is not to really listen to everybody's opinions. You know, when you're that young, you don't know which way to go, if that makes sense. Like, you look for validation in everybody, whether it's mama, daddy, brother, sister, cousin, auntie, friends, pastors, because I listened to so many opinions because I didn't know, because I didn't have anybody that taught me anything or that sat me down and said, Erica, if you do this, that's gonna happen. Erica, if you do that, that's gonna happen. I didn't have that. Matter of fact, I taught myself everything, and I'm still learning. There's stuff that I didn't even know up until like recently because
Now, y'all heard what she said? She's still learning. She's still in her late 20s, her late 20s now. Now, Mr. Cryer, 50, 51. Y'all gotta expect she's young. Was impressed. YouTuber, he a YouTuber. Prince family, YouTubers. She was like, ooh, okay. He probably spit that now and later with no flavor game. You know what I'm saying? Real Duran. You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on now. Us older men, we think our game is butter, popcorn butter. That's why they be wanting to talk to these young girls, because they think when they get these young girls, they can mold them. But all young girls ain't weak-minded now, players. Some of these young girls mature faster. So y'all can't run that Scooby-Doo Flintstone now and lay the game on them. You know what I'm saying? But y'all got to think how this girl feel. We're going to get into that because I want to see what else she got to say, because when I do reactions, I just put them on. I don't even watch the video first. I just go with it. But we're going to see what we're going to finish seeing what she got to say, because see, a lot of y'all turned on her. And we're going to get into that too. Y'all know what I'm saying? Because y'all turned on her, and that wasn't cool.
And another woman tell me, which is why I get offended when I see other women, you know, trash talking or belittling other women, because I feel like we should all stick together. Like, we all are queens. We all should be wearing crowns. We should not laugh at another queen just because they got their crown tilted. As a queen, your job is to go over there and adjust their crown, okay? Not to belittle them and down talk them and laugh at them.
You heard what she said? Sisters, even brothers. For some reason, black folks, they always put their own kind down. They don't want to see their own kind rise. Just like she said, when y'all see a sister down, y'all lift that sister. Y'all encourage that sister. Y'all give that sister motivational speaking to get her back on track. Because y'all don't understand. I don't understand. Don't nobody understand what went on in the Cryer house but God and them two. Y'all can go with Mr. Cryer, oh, she did Mr. Cryer like this, she did this to Mr. Cryer, or Mr. Cryer, why she doing him like that, woo, 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 however y'all want to put the spill down. But y'all gotta understand, y'all looking at Mr. Cryer because Mr. Cryer got the bigger platform. So, oh, he's believable. He's believable because he got the bigger platform. Just because we got a little platform don't mean our word ain't gold. We don't know how that man treated that woman. We don't know how she treated him. But y'all got to think though. They got a baby That's 8 months. She was pregnant when he was fishing. You see what I'm saying? Because you just ain't picked up that fish and said you was broke up. You been had that fish in the skillet frying. You just waited until it got done cooking and put the little potatoes and the green beans and the little salt and all the little seasons on your food. You started the argument with Love by Erica to get her out the way so you can bring your other fish off the plate. Well, out the skillet and put it on the plate. You see what I'm saying? I don't care how y'all look at it, but he started that to push Erica out the way because you got a fresh baby. How y'all think she feels? She got a fresh baby. We gonna get into that too.
Whatever else, like women empowerment, we should all stick together and just, you know, be leaders, you know what I'm saying? So anyways, back to what I was saying, I didn't have anybody that I could really just like come to as just one individual. So I was seeking validation and to so many people, several people, and this person had an opinion, that person had an opinion, this person over there had an opinion. And so what I realized was like, because I took everybody's opinion genuinely, that's the reason why I'm in the situation that I'm in. Okay, so my advice will be follow your mind, follow your heart, go to God. And if you have one or two people that have your best interests at heart, some people confide in their mother, some people confide in their dads or whatever, just whatever.
No more room in hell. The dead will walk here.
In life, make that decision because that's something that you want to do. Don't make that decision because mama wants you to make it, daddy wants you to make it, or whoever wants you to make it, because at the end of the day, whenever you make that decision, you're the one that's going to have to live with it. Nobody else is going to have to live with it. And that's something else that I'm still learning right today, which is why I don't allow nobody to come in my life and tell me what to do. Erica's going to do what Erica want to do. That way, if something don't work out, Erica can blame Erica and not say, well, I would have never done it if you wouldn't have told me to do it. The next thing that I wish I would have known in my early 20s is...
Now, okay, Love by Erica. It ain't about Erica gonna do what Erica want to do. Because you old enough to know the people that's giving you good advice and the people that just spitting that blah blah to you. So if somebody giving you good advice, you run with it. Because even though somebody giving you good advice, you still can trip and bump your head. So you can't say Erica gonna do what she want to do, or I'm not gonna listen to people's advice because there's sometimes, hey, woo woo woo, it don't go right, and then I can't, or I'm gonna listen to myself because I can't blame nobody but myself. We all need that teacher. We all need advice. We all need that person that can help guide us. And we all old enough to know who's with us and who's against us. So don't sit there and say Erica gonna do what Erica wanna do. Because look, Erica did what she wanted to do, and look what happened. You see what I'm saying? Come on now, Erica. You know me and you talk. So, come on. You know I'm gonna keep it, you know I'm gonna keep it like a millionaire dude. You know what I'm saying? You learn, and you lived and you learned, right? You got a beautiful baby, son. So now you know what you got to do to make your household happy, to build your kingdom, well, your queendom. Because you a queen, so you're going to build your queendom. You see what I'm saying? You don't let nobody, I don't care who it is, get in your way of building your queendom. You gonna have people gonna hate. Just like they hating on you now. Because of what Mr. Crier said. And that ain't fair. Because like you say, sisters supposed to stick together. I know a lot of y'all sisters out there been with asshole men. Men that tried to run the Flintstone game. Men that you fell in love with, that you thought was this and this and that. See, what y'all have to learn is that when we meet people, people put these masks on. People put these different suits on. You don't know how that person is until that mask come off. Because then you be like, why, girl, why you talk to him? Girl, you should. Some people can put that Denzel acting on. Real good. And then they turn to Freddy Krueger, Michael Myers, or Jason Voorhees. You know what I'm saying? So Erica, it's still good to get advice. Don't never turn down advice if it's good advice. And I want to give a shout out to who that is? The David and Miller family. Y'all go subscribe to their YouTube page. The David and Miller family. Showing y'all love. You know, but let's get back into this.
To not rush or force anything. I mean, I'm talking job, marriage, whatever the case is, definitely marriage. Because in your 20s, I honestly feel like nobody should really be married in their 20s. That's just me. That's just my honest opinion. And if you do get married in your 20s, I feel like it should be kind of towards your late 20s versus your early. Because how can you say that you want something in a specific person if you don't even know yourself? Like, there's so much that we have to work on as individuals, and even when we feel like that we've already worked on everything, it's still not good enough, because we learn ourselves every single day, especially the person that we're involved with. Like, you may think that you married one person and then 10 years later realize that there's a whole different person that you don't even know. And it's because we're constantly growing, we're constantly aging. We're not aging backwards, we're aging as the time progress. So in time there comes growth, our mind change, there comes experience. So we just don't do things that.
Now, yes, we all grow, we all learn, we all evolve. But if you can find somebody in your 20s, not knocking what you're saying, Erica, because that's your opinion, but when you got God first, when you put God the head of your life, and you get married at 19, 20, 21, 25, 20, whatever, but when you got God first, it's gonna work. Because see, what you have to understand, when you meet your significant other, you have to become friends. Y'all just can't jump into something. Y'all have to become friends and learn each other together. When you learn each other together, it can work. But when you get married for the wrong reasons, it's not gonna work. People can get married because, see, at the end of the day, why you want to keep shacking up with this dude, this dude, this dude, this dude, this female, this female, this female? Why you want to keep shacking up? Now you playing Russian roulette with your nuts. You're playing Russian roulette with your woo-woo. Once again, if you put God first, it's gonna work. But you got to put God the head of your life. Yes, true enough, we learning every day. Even when you get a certain age, you still learning, you still growing, you still elevating. It ain't enough. You don't have enough room in your brain to stop learning. So don't sit here and tell these females not to get married. Not to get married. You know what I'm saying? That's your opinion. You know I ain't knocking you, Erica, but I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? Don't lead these young women to say, don't get married at such and such, such and such. Because if you find the right person and you know this is the right person, Go on and get married. Take that next step. Because see, even if you've been knowing this person for 5 years, you've been knowing this person for 10 years, you still learning that person. I don't care how long you've been with a person, you still learning. Y'all still elevating. Y'all still growing together. Come on. So if you have an opportunity and you notice the man, you notice the woman, and y'all got that opportunity to get married, get married. Don't sit and wait and play with God and keep shacking up. Because God is real. Trust and believe. I'm telling you, God is real. Because when I'm going to give y'all some story time, and y'all going to know that God been having his hand on me from day one. But once again, if y'all have an opportunity and y'all notice the one, y'all gotta know. Y'all heart know. Because sometimes y'all go with the infatuation. Y'all be infatuated with that person. It ain't love. Because sometimes love can put that mask on and have y'all infatuated with that person. And then y'all jump off that boat into the shark tank. Y'all heart know. Because if you put God first, your heart and your spirit gonna know. But y'all gotta become friends. Y'all gotta become like this. Just don't say, oh, I want to get married because I've been with this person this long, or I want to get married because I had a baby by this person. Get married for the right reasons. If you're 19, if you're 21, if you're 25, if it's right, marry them.
Would have done in the past, if that makes sense. Because I rushed a career in law enforcement, I have a whole degree in criminal justice and a certificate in the for the police academy to be a licensed police officer that I still am. But I don't even want to pursue law enforcement. And I only, because I rushed that, because I said by 25 I wanted to have a career. Well, at 24 I had a career, but was I satisfied with that career? No. And then I rushed a marriage based off of the first thing that I said, never really, because opinions is just like a butthole, right? Like everybody got one, right? So.
Ready for what comes next. Coming October 12 to 14, Google Cloud Next kicks off.
You don't want to take somebody else's advice, and then one, they wouldn't even take that same advice themselves. Two, you taking their advice, not to tell, like when we tell a story, we don't tell every little single detail because it's impossible to remember every single detail of a story. Unless you're a genius, then I'll give it to you, but I can sit here and I can do a video telling y'all everything that I did in a day. And then right after I upload the video, forget that I had also done something else that same day. It's like, do y'all not see how the mind works? Like, the mind is very brilliant, of course, but it's only so much that even our brain will allow us to do, if that makes sense. So I rushed marriages. Like, I didn't know myself. They didn't know themselves. Like, that's why, okay, people that grow to marry their high school sweethearts, I'll be looking at them like, how do you know what you want? Like, you're marrying fresh out of high school. You don't know what other type of man there is out there. Like, and then because people marry so early and they don't know what they want, they think that that's what they want. That's how cheating happens. That's how disrespect happens. Like, everything. So my advice would be, don't ever rush love. Don't rush a job. Don't rush to have kids. Like, if I could turn back the hands of time, and God knows I love both my kids to death, right? But I'm also, it's limited things that I can do now that I have done. Like, and I didn't take full advantage of it when I just had Cam, because Cam is 8. Now I have an 8-month-old. So everything in Erica's world is kind of limited. Which means that if I wanted to take a flight somewhere, I can still go. So it's not 100% limited, but it's partially limited. Because I just can't just up and go, because I got to consider the fact that now I have 2 kids. So I would say this. My best advice would be, unless you're in your late 20s, my best advice would be to enjoy yourself, get to know yourself, get to really know the person that you're involved with, travel as much as you can. And I know that some people became...
Now, Kids are blessings. God bless you with children. No matter how they come, God bless you with these children, because children are baby angels. Children don't ask to be here. You see what I'm saying? Because if people always say, kids this, kids that, I didn't want to have kids this, I was too early to have kids, but why you didn't use protection? Why you didn't take birth control? Once again, kids are blessings. And kids shouldn't stop nothing when it comes to your career. Yeah, it make it a little difficult if you ain't got no supporting cast. But that just make you stronger and should make you more determined, more motivated. Because you don't want your kids to grow up like you, or you don't want your kids to struggle like you struggle. So you have to get more determined, more ambition if you don't have a supporting cast. That should make you be like, oh man, I can't do this, I can't do that because I got my kids. No. Get more motivated. And as for the getting married early because you don't know yourself and that's why they cheat. Nah. One, men, women, some cheat because they just straight dogs. Some cheat because they know they can get away with it. Some cheat because they not happy at home. It ain't got nothing to do with not knowing that person or knowing yourself. It's just because somebody in that relationship changed. It ain't because I didn't know her, she didn't know me. Somebody changed. Because what y'all did when y'all met each other, what y'all did to get to the friend part, what y'all did to get to the I do's. Now what changed after that? Because y'all loved each other enough to say I do. So somebody in that relationship changed to make that person go cheat or step out. Or the person that stepped out felt, how you say this? They got bored. Because see, you get to know a person, or y'all move too fast, or y'all don't know each other. It ain't about that. It's about that person getting bored. You know what I'm saying? Then you have some dudes that's easy to get manipulated. Player, you can't do nothing, man. Your wife said this and this and that. Oh, dog, man, come on, let's go do it. Following his guys. Then you have some men, women, the sex life is boring. Y'all got to spark it up. Y'all got to make it exciting. That's why some cheat. Then some cheat because the woman probably trying to strip him of his manhood. Then you have some women that feel she ain't being loved the right way. She ain't being treated the right way. You know what I'm saying? It's many reasons why people cheat. It ain't because they don't know each other or they don't know they self. Once again, somebody changed. Within all that drama that been going on, all that mess, somebody changed to where he or she stepped out. And again, some just dogs. Some don't even have a reason to step out. You know, you can have good sex. Y'all can have a big house, cars, money, everything taken care of. Everything that a man's supposed to do or a woman's supposed to do, they doing it. But that person still step out because they just dogs or they have a sexual addiction. You get what I'm saying? Come on now.
rich and famous before they even graduate high school, so college is not an option. But if you're not going to go to college, my advice would be to constantly read books, because knowledge is powerful.
Facts.
For your man this holiday? Meet the $60 Japanese knife the internet is calling a samurai sword for you.
A lot of knowledge is free, and if it's not free, it doesn't cost hardly anything at all. So you want to learn as much as you can, because I always remember this: whatever you learn, you ain't gotta pay nobody for. Or whatever you teach yourself, you ain't gotta pay nobody for. So if you want to learn how to hypothetically speak, if you want to learn how to edit YouTube videos, all you gotta do is go to Google and research it. Google is the #1 search engine in the planet right now, and it's free. So whatever you like, learn whatever you can, so that you ain't gotta pay nobody to do it. Don't force a job, don't force a career, don't force anything. Definitely don't force love, because you don't want to end up marrying the wrong person and then ending up divorced. Because one, not only is it, well, I took it as embarrassing, but not only is it embarrassing, but that's time wasted that you cannot get back. So once you get closer to your 30s, then that's when you can kind of start, like, demanding things, like, because me, well, I said I wanted a career by 25 and got a law enforcement career by 24. So I guess it's kind of okay. But because it was forced, I'm not satisfied with the career that I have. So #1, don't listen to nobody's opinions but your own. And if you have to, make sure it's somebody that is practicing what they preach. 2, don't force a career, don't force a marriage, don't force pretty much anything at all. And thirdly, I would say this, something else that I wish I knew in my 20s is how you move dictates everything. And I want y'all to listen to me clearly when I say this. How you move determines everything. Even if you're 100% innocent in a situation, just based off of how you respond, based off of how you move, if you don't move a certain way, you're always going to be the bad guy. People always going to think you're a liar. There leaves room to get blackballed, manipulated, whatever. So you want to pay close attention to what you do, because if you're in your early 20s, what you do in your early 20s can affect your
Now, people do try to blackball you and hate you. We already know who she talking about. You know what I'm saying? But she said something that don't take advice from a person that don't practice what they preach. In some cases that can be true. But sometimes God speak through the roughest, the toughest, the most ruthless, the most liars, the most manipulated people to get to you sometimes. Sometimes that person that you know is a liar, that you know is a manipulator, can say something to you that makes sense. Because sometimes God speaks through those people. You don't know where God gonna send that information to get to you. It's up to you to understand in your heart, in your spirit, to decipher what's real and what's not, and what's true and what's false. Because again, God speaks through the words of his people to get that confirmation to you. You got to be smart. You got to have the knowledge, the wisdom, the power, the understanding of God knowledge to decipher what's real and what's false. So don't say, don't take advice for certain people. Because sometimes them people that's liars and manipulators can sometimes give you good advice. They can, because again, God speaks through certain people to get a message to you.
Later 20s. So you don't go into your 30s with so much mess, if that makes sense. Another thing that I wish I would have knew then in my early 20s versus my later 20s is like, because I wasted so much money and time on the wrong things. So my advice would be save as much money as you can. Even if you like plan out a budget, don't be over shopping, and that's even over shopping on groceries, right? Because I have a habit of wanting to fill up my refrigerator, wanting to fill up my deep freezer, not even realizing that a lot of that food is going to go to waste. So that's just money spent for no apparent reason. So you don't want to overspend on anything. And then when it comes down to shopping and stuff like that, like you ain't gotta be rocking no Louis Vuitton or whatever, especially if you're rich. Now, if you're rich, you do whatever you want to do. But if you have a budget set in place, like, it's nothing wrong with bargain shopping in or whatever the case is, whatever you guys want to do. Like, if y'all dead broke and y'all still rocking Gucci and Louis Vuitton, then that's on y'all, because
facts.
y'all do whatever y'all want to do.
Facts.
It's y'all money. And look, I ain't judging nobody out there, okay? But you do want to start investing your money into whether it's stocks, real estate, or whatever it is, because those are things that's going to set you up for success financially in the future that you may not even be able to realize in your early 20s, because you going clubbing, you are going shopping, spending like crazy, you traveling, everything else, but not realizing that what you do in your 20s is going to affect you in your 30s. And so I'm slowly but surely realizing that, because I'm realizing that if I would have had the mind frame that I have now, if I would have knew that then, I would be unstoppable. But because I didn't run into the right person, or I didn't have any family members that knew what I know now I'm kind of, I wouldn't say I'm paying for it, but it's like now I'm having to work extra hard to get to a place that I'm already supposed to be at age 28. If I would have just had somebody, or either, I would even say, because 9 times out of 10 there's people out here that's adopted that may not even have no parents, or parents that may be deceased. So and if you are that person, I really do hope that you're
Okay, now you had to learn the hard way, had to go through some struggles, but everybody in their 20s, it's not going to go through what you went through. Some people have good 20s and move and live good. Like you said, you didn't have the guidance. You didn't have the right people in your corner. So you had to struggle and had to go through the things and jump over the hurdles and go under the hurdles and climb the trees and all that, because you didn't have the right team in your corner. So when you don't have the right team in your corner, of course you're going to go through your trials and tribulations. See, me, I was on my own since I was 13 years old. Got shot when I was 14 years old because I was selling dope since I was 13 years old. I didn't have the right people in my corner. But I learned as I went. Because why? Because God had his hand on me. Just like you. Don't feel embarrassed because you went through your learning experience. That's nothing to be embarrassed of. Everybody go through their learning experience. That don't mean being embarrassed. You get what I'm saying? That means you growed. You learning. You becoming that woman. You becoming wiser. So don't feel embarrassed because you becoming wiser and you becoming that woman. Nothing to be embarrassed of. You know what to do now. You know how you got to move now. And you know how you got to think, right? Come on now. Never feel embarrassed about nothing you did in your life. Nothing. That's a learning experience. That's a class, because it didn't kill you. It didn't make you weak. You climbed that ladder. You stood back up. So you graduated from that experience. Now you're heading into another experience because you're in another class now. You're in another chapter of a book. See, that's how you got to look at life. When you make mistakes and you move on and you elevate it and you get back up and you continue to move strong, you graduated. So now it's time to move on to the next class.
And close attention to this video, because everything that we do in life, it matters. It may not seem like it at that moment, but the older you get, the more you continue to grow and change. Like, you'll realize, like, dang, if I would have done this back then I wouldn't even be in this situation right now. Okay, so guys, I'm pretty sure there is other things that I wish I would have done differently in my 20s, but those are the main things. Like, not listen to everybody's opinions, not force anything, and definitely be more responsible when it comes to finances. Because now I'm like, dang, like, it's so much I want to invest in and so much I want to do. And you know, the saying time heals all, like, even from a financial standpoint, it does. Because if you know that you're in a financial situation, or if you know that you are in a career that you don't want, it's never too late. As long as we have breath in our body, I feel like that's grounds for change and growth, and you're able to put yourself in a better situation. Okay, so this video is long enough, guys. I'm about to wrap up this video. If you guys want me to do a part 2 to this video, then let me know. Leave me a comment, DM me, whatever.
Okay. Y'all get my opinion on this video. The financial thing, I agree with her on that, to where people live above their means, knowing they don't have the financial things, the financial to go get the Louis Vuitton, the Gucci, the $200 and $300 hairdos, but they go do it anyway, and then they be all mad when it's time for to pay them bills because you got $300 in your head, or you got $1,000 on your feet, but you didn't think about your bills because you wanted to look sugar sharp for that club night, or for this all-white party, or whatever you want to go do. You thought about that moment right then. Stop living above your means, because them same $1,000 shoes gonna do the same thing and the $50 shoes gonna do. Walk you to the door, to the car, to the grocery store, it's gonna do the same thing. Ain't nothing different about no $1,000 shoes and no $50 shoes. What's the difference? Huh? What's the difference in the $200 t-shirt and the $5 t-shirt? It's on your body. They both white. What's the difference? What's the difference in a $2,000 jogging suit and a $150 jogging suit? What's the difference? Y'all paying for that name. Y'all ain't paying for the material. Y'all paying for that person's name. Y'all making that person rich because of the name. You know? And then y'all look at Luvd by Erica. She's looking happy. She's looking vibrant. She's talking more positive. But y'all turned on her because of what Mr. Cryer said, what Mr. Cryer posted. Why would y'all turn on her like that without hearing her story or her side? You know, I told somebody this one day. I said, why do women protect the one that dog them? Treat them like boo-boo. Treat them like mud. Drug them through the mud. But the one that treat them right, the one that want to show them love, the one that treat them like a queen, he don't get that same attention. He don't get that same love as the one that was dogging them. Why is that, women? Because they protect this nigga. Excuse my French. You get what I'm saying? Because trust and believe, if she wanted to put that man out there, she could. But did she? No. But did he throw her under the bus? He threw her out the bus, out the plane, threw her on the train, everything. To make himself look good. But why would you try to drag the mother of your child through the mud? If y'all broke up, y'all broke up. But at the end of the day, something went right if you add something up. Because you was going to the hospital, to the doctor's appointments, and end up with your nurse. So, who was cheating on who? Because it ain't adding up. That girl was hurt. That girl loved you. That girl wanted to be with you. Now you gotta understand, she's young, man. You the OG. Of course she gonna have her ways because she's still young. But you chose to talk to a young girl. So you should have been willing to deal with that. Not dog her, not throw her to the wolves, not get her pregnant and then dump her, and the baby's still fresh. And you moved on with a whole nother chick. And while you moving on with the whole nother chick, sabotaging this one, making this one look bad, making the world turn against this one. And that's not fair. Y'all women out there supposed to stick together. Y'all should have been inboxing her. Y'all should have been leaving comments like, girl, keep your head up. Stay strong. Forget him. You're a beautiful young lady. You got 2 beautiful young sons. Get up. Stand up. Get yourself together. That's what y'all should have been doing. Y'all should have been encouraging her. Not saying, ooh, man, she a mess. She messy. She's a liar. She this and this and that. Why would y'all do that? But Mr. Crier word is gold. Mr. Crier ain't gonna do nothing. Y'all better think about liar crier. Come on now. What make liar crier word gold? It don't. Y'all shouldn't have turned y'all back on her. Y'all need to start supporting her again. Come on now. Everybody got a past. Everybody make mistakes. We all entitled of our mishaps, right? But Mr. Liar Crier ain't? Come on now. What? Oh, what it is. I get it. I get it. A lot of y'all women waiting y'all turn, right? So y'all stand on his nuts. Because y'all know he gonna dump her, then it opened the door for y'all, right? So y'all want to stay on his good grace, liar crier, right? Oh, okay, that makes sense. That y'all gonna ride out with Mr. Liar Crier because y'all want y'all turn. Because y'all know he changed women like he changed gym shoes. Okay, I get it. That make more sense. That make more sense. Yeah. Okay, but at the end of the day, Erica is happy. She got a new man. You know, the Mucker family. She seemed to be doing good. He seemed like he got a head on his shoulder. He making his dolo chips. And he ain't nothing to play with. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You get what I'm saying? So it looked like she's taking her time now. And I wish them the best. I hope I don't see a video on down the line talking about, well, we ain't work out. And if that's the case, my advice, everything is not meant for YouTube. Some things y'all keep private amongst y'all, and y'all relationship will work. You don't have to put everything. I don't care, cause you a blogger, you a YouTuber. Everything ain't meant for YouTube. YouTube is for entertainment purposes only. And learning stuff if you need to look up how to make some food or how to fix a car or something. That's what YouTube is for entertainment, not your daily life. And Erica, I'm proud of you. I'm glad you're back. You know, but always remember, listen to advice, but know what's good advice. Because you can't do it by yourself. I don't care how you try. You're going to always need somebody to help. These millionaires and billionaires, they got a whole team working for them. They got help. I'm glad that the boy is healthy. You learned your lesson. Now become that woman you know you can become. Become that mother that you know you can become. Become that YouTuber that you want to be. Build your queendom. Build your queendom. And learn how to jump over those hurdles. Don't stress. Don't get frustrated. Because at the end of the day, you still got to deal with that situation. Just sit back, talk to God, and go tackle that situation. J. Michael Wow.